Alive! Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Oh, in the name of God! Now I know what it feels like to be God! Oh.
Frankenstein is a cult classic of not just horror, but also just in general for books. This book actually makes me pretty happy to read, and I enjoyed it when I did read it, and then I did an audiobook of it, which is also good. Now, this book does a lot of the things that like Dracula did, where it's written in journal form, and then it's not, but it is. If that makes any sense. Which I noticed a lot of books that were made written during the 1800s did a lot of that style, which I always thought was really interesting, and it must have been just a really popular thing during that time, and I enjoyed reading that. Now, this book, I'm gonna do, like, my review's gonna be a little shorter with this book than it was with some of my previous ones, because there's a lot in this book that I kind of want people to, like, read more than gain, like, I don't know, I think this book is just really good. I really do like it. It's one of my favorite Halloween or just horror or scary books of all time, like, without a doubt. It's easily one of my favorites in my top 10, like, without a doubt. Want to make that clear. And I think this book really teaches you a lot with science and even with religion, because Dr. Frankenstein challenges the belief of God, that he thinks not only God can create life, he also can create life. And it's kind of sad in a way, because what he does is he creates a monster that doesn't understand human life and human emotion as much as like us humans actually do. And that's a really deep, dark thing, and it's written in such a beautiful way from Mary Shelley that I never thought you would actually feel for the monster. Granted, I did watch the Frankenstein movie, the original one, because I'm a huge fan of the classic Universal monsters, and they do it in a pretty good way as well. It was just showing you that the monster itself doesn't understand these emotional tolls. Like, it doesn't understand love or anything. And Dr. Frankenstein starts looking at the monster as, well, a monster. He notices that it's not what he thought it could have been. And it's just really sad reading this book, just the emotional tolls that the monster has to deal with. It won't understand what love or cherish or any of these like actual deep human emotions are, because everyone's going to look at it as a monster and nothing else. And it's just a really deep meaning of this book, and I really enjoy it. It's, like I said, it is a scary book, but like it's deeper layers than that, and that's what I really like about this book the most, is it doesn't do horror as much as you thought it would do, but it's more of just like a sad book for the monster. And the way she wrote it is just, it's so good. It's hard to sit there and explain all the pros of it versus all the cons, because I myself just enjoyed this book so much, and I recommend everyone to go check it out. I want to make this a shorter review. Usually I go in more in depth about it, but like this book actually like means a lot with me, because I do like it. I like the premise of making this monster. You actually care about this monster, and he's like, he doesn't understand really what's going on, because everyone looks at him as a monster, even though he might not be truly a monster. And it's just so good. Watch it, read it, do the audiobook, do whatever you can to get into this, because you should. It's good. If you made it to the end of this video, I do appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out all my links down below. Check out my book on Amazon, and leave a review if you do get the book. DM me on Instagram if you want to talk about books. Add me on Goodreads so I can see what you're reading and you can see what I'm reading, because what's the best way to grow a good, healthy book community with talking about books? And last but not least, actually is the most important one. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay hungry, and tell someone you love them. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.